He said, he looked me in my eyes and he said, I really want my family. I want her. She was the best thing that ever happened to me. Everything that I had, I hustled for. I remember he didn't want the ones. So I would count the money, the 20s, the 10s, the 50s, the 100s. I would have to make them in a certain pile. The 100s, they go flat. The 500s, they are folded in half. The smaller money, they folded in a wad. 250. So he can get to the money fast. He knows what it is. He can count it real quick. And everything was just, but the ones, I got the ones. I was able to keep all the ones. And I was excited about these ones. But he was giving me scraps. Who cares about the ones? They was like pennies to him. Y'all throw away pennies to this day. But I was so excited about these ones. Oh, y'all. I was able to pay some bills with these ones. Like it was some ones that was left over. And I was like, yeah, I'm finna pay these bills with these ones. So that was my payment, I guess. Now, fast forward about a year. He ended up getting robbed. They laid his wife down, I believe tied her up, and came in and was looking for money. So he calls me up. He's frantic. He like, man, I gotta move my money. He like, and you can't live back here either. Because I still lived with my mother at the time. Well, I take that back. I had moved into the spot. Yeah. I was already living at the spot where we kept majority of our money and his work, his drugs. I didn't want to live at home. Remember, I was poor. He was giving me these ones. Now I think I'm like 20 and I can move out. Oh, yeah, I'm moving. I didn't even know I was living in a whole dope house. It was a furnished dope house. It was cute, but it was a dope house. This is where he kept his work and his money. So part of the work, part of the money. But he had access to me. That gave him access to me whenever he wanted, because he got money here. Yeah, he gonna come in whenever he feel like it. I better be there too. He got this work here. I'm the soldier that's gonna take care of these things. But I love my role because I got a little money now. I'm not living at home. I'm being able to take care of my brothers at this time. So I remember, now back to he got robbed. He got robbed and he had to move from the house when he lived by my mother. And he was gonna move to the suburbs. And he like, because we've been compromised, you're gonna have to move too. And so I'm like, well, where am I supposed to move? Like, how am I supposed to move? Like, I don't know where to move. He like, you need to move. So he moved to suburbs and I moved 5 minutes away from him. I always lived in close proximity to him and his wife. So he moved me, we moved, everything was going good. But again, it was like, he always had access to me because he don't always have a safe there. He don't always have money here. And I couldn't have a life. I couldn't have friends. Friends can't know where I live. You got work here. You got money here. What you talking about? You can't have no friends. I couldn't have no friends. My mama could barely come over. Nothing. I didn't have a life. All I did, basically I was a babysitter for this money and for this work. And he would come and go as he felt. Him and his wife, they had lavish cars. I had a basic car. But I loved him. Like, he taught me about the game. He taught me to be a woman. He taught me to be this woman. And he would tell me like, yeah, when a man tell you this, he lying. He married. When somebody tell you this, like I was growing up in the game. I was growing up with this married man that I loved, that I could do no wrong. Like, he loved me. He was married to his wife, but man, he loved me. He used to tell me he loved me and I could do no wrong. And he would, man, if he could leave his wife, he would for me. And that was it. I was this for him. I was his woman, and he would do things. I remember we was out in public. We was at this popping club, and I'm walking in front of him, and some dudes was trying to talk to me. Now, he with his wife's sister, his other wife's sister. He got all his friends with him, and he's yelling through the crowd like, yeah, keep it moving. You know what it is. Don't talk to none of these men. And I'm like, dang, like, your wife's sisters is here? Like, why you? Then he pulled me to the side, and he was like arguing with me, and I'm just like, dang, if he did this in public, he really like me. He was willing to jeopardize what he got going on at home for me. Now I'm really falling in love, because I'm about to get chose. He wants me. He's gonna choose me. So I thought, all of along, of course, he had other women too. He had another girl. She was counting money for him, but she wasn't as pretty. I was the pretty one. I was the one that was solid. He taught me not to lie. I didn't steal from him. I didn't cheat on him. I was faithful to him. I was young enough to where he was molding me into the perfect version of his wife. I was the perfect version of his wife. Well, he couldn't get from her, because she gonna stand on him. She gonna tell him what she gonna do and what she not gonna do. And I'm gonna be like, yes, whatever you need. Yes, whatever you want. Where are you? I'm coming to get you. What do you need? When he got mad at her, he took it out on me. It wasn't a glamorous life, but I put him on a pedestal because he saved me. He took me from this life of poverty, and he showed me that I can live good. Because now, mind you, I live 5 minutes away from him in the suburbs. Now I got a nice apartment. He paying half, I'm paying half, and I'm like, oh my God, you know I got this. And I live in the suburbs, and it's quiet, and I ain't gotta be feeling like I'm gonna be robbed. But I live this life. I'm dating a married dope dealer. It don't get, do it get any worse? But I loved him. He loved my brothers. He was very hands-on with them. And I was like, man, this is my man. Until he wasn't. Now, mind you, abuse started happening at this point. He would abuse me. I remember he jumped on me one time. And I was so scared. I was like, dang, what'd I do? Like, I'm doing everything you want me to do. And he jumped on me, but he told me, he promised me it'd never happen again. And it didn't for a long time. Until he came to my house one night, and he was frantic, y'all. He was frantic. He was confused. He was mad. He was like, dude, I think my wife is cheating. I'm like, she boring. But now I'm real. I'm growing up in this relationship, y'all. So I'm probably like 22, 23. Now, mind you, 4 years and went past. I'm growing up in this relationship. And he like, yeah, I think she cheating. I said, she ain't cheating. We had y'all, I remember this like it was yesterday. We sitting on the couch, and he like, I planted a recording device in our house. And she picked up the phone, and she was talking. And it was a guy. And I'm like, a guy? She was born. Like, she was born. Like, she was a housewife. She was born. She ain't gonna cheat on you. Like, you big time in our city. Like, I grew up in Milwaukee. He was big time. Everybody know who he was. And everybody knew who his wife was. So he big time. Why would she do this? Ain't nobody else in the city got pulled like you, got clout like you, having money like you. So, yeah, this don't make no sense. Until it was true. Y'all, she was cheating. She cheated with her old boyfriend that she never lost contact with, that had went to jail And she literally was keeping in contact with him. And y'all, he was devastated. I was like, he literally broke down. He literally broke down. I've never seen him be so sad and broken. And I comforted him, y'all. I comforted him. I covered him in a blanket, and I rocked him, and I held him, and I told him, she gonna come back. She gonna come back. She ain't gone far. And I remember my heart breaking. Man, my heart was breaking, y'all. Because I just knew that if they didn't be together, he would be with me. He would choose me. He would love me. And we could finally be together because now, you know, they not together. They breaking up. She cheating. She wanna... Man. And he chose her. He said, he looked me in my eyes and he said, I really want my family. I want her. She was the best thing that ever happened to me.